$1,260 that we spent on tree trimming, plus the $16,898 that we spent on the attorney's fees up till March. That total of the numbers I just gave you was $63,000. What I'm proposing is we take the monies that we've already transferred from reserve account 6914, which was discussed as, I guess Dave said that the accountant said it was an operating account, but not what I understand. I think that was a reserve account, but we can move it if we vote.
Gerstl informed us that indeed was operating money.
It was not an operating account. It was a reserve account Zelma set up. It was on the equitable account. There was a checkbook register in that top right-hand drawer. She was depositing reserve money into that every month for the 3 top items on the categories. It was not an operating account, and in fact, when I talked to them last year, they had said that it was a reserve account and that we should transfer it into a money market account with the rest of our reserve accounts.
Well, it doesn't matter now because we only got $600 in there.
Yeah, well, it's gone.
So we've already spent that money because it's been transferred to operating. I'm proposing as a board that we reallocate that, whatever those line items were.
Is this money?
Yeah. Well, it can be that money. We're going to have to do some other money too.
Okay.
But hold that. Hold your thought on that. Since we've got 22,580 and 16,898 already spent, I'm proposing we take the 15 that we've already transferred to operating, and as a board we vote to reallocate that money to cover a portion of those attorney's fees, so that now we're only into it for about $1,898 over our budget. Okay? Does that make sense?
No, you
Now-
said 63, and then now
I
you're
know,
saying reduce it
well,
by
listen.
15?
To get to 29, I'm trying to tell you how I got
Oh,
to
okay.
29 instead of 63,000 showing in the budget. I'm proposing that since we've already moved the money from that account, whatever we want to call it, if it's a reserve or operating, we as a board, and to cover us, vote to say we reallocate that reserve account, because it says reserve on it, to cover 15,000 of the $16,898 that we've paid out in attorney's fees already. That'll reduce. So now only $1,868, $98 is showing in this 29. Okay. Now, another thing I'm proposing is out of the other, and I'm kind of getting ahead, but we have I'm going to get to the reserve accounts. We've got actually 3 reserve accounts. We've got the
2 reserve accounts, 1...
well, I call them, one's a special assessment account, but it has
reserve.
It has reserves in it.
And it's our operating fund.
Well, actually, your special assessment account, that's now your special assessment
Let me
account,
move
originally
forward.
had monies from somewhere else in it.
Okay.
It was our reserve account from 2006.
So that's why it was still labeled
All right.
reserve.
This is the reserve
Yeah,
account
that's
that
the
I'm
reserve.
talking about. Reserve account 6914. In February 15th, we transferred $15,000 out of that account. We have 619 left.
Of '07.
Right, yeah, of this year. I mean, 08, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Man, I worked on this stuff for 2 weeks.
okay.
I'm going to make some mistakes.
A month ago.
Yeah, a month ago. So that's what I'm saying, the board should vote to ratify that transfer to operating and offset the attorney's expenses. Since the attorney's expenses were a little more, that will reduce our liability and our overage on our budget for this year. Now, the next reserve account is the sewer, special assessment for the sewer plant that was done in, I guess, what, 05 or earlier?
03.
03. That account, according to the books, that account has $17,223.72. We've written 2 checks out of that account, and I'm not sure if that's correct. If,
I only think one of those cleared, because you have to manually make the checks clear.
okay, so
And I think only the second one did.
if that isn't the case, then we actually have these two numbers combined. So we'll have about $24,000 still in that account. It's showing in the QuickBooks account. We're gonna have to verify that to our bank statement. But that sewer, we will not mess with that special assessment account. Then we've got the Banco Popular Reserve account from 2006, when we voted to fund a portion of our reserves. That went into this account. We also put our special assessment monies that we've been collecting over the year, or over the last part of the year, in that account. I didn't realize that at first until I really looked at it and I said, oh, wait a minute. We had $33,379 in that reserve account balance as of 9/10/07.
But that wasn't 2000, is that, that's 2006?
Yeah, 07. 07. Then we started collecting for the special assessment. So that money started going in there. The total in that account as of 3/15 was $194,516.02, of which, if you take the 33 away, that means we have $161,136.87 left in our special assessment balance. Now remember, the special assessment was 590.
Just under 600,000.
Yeah, it's 592, 596,000, something like that. I'm going to show you something later, an accounting of what happened and where that money is. We're not doing too bad, other than we've got 93,000, almost 94,000 still outstanding. Some owners haven't paid. So the balance, according to my calculations, going back through the books and seeing what we paid to each contractor, should be $175,244. We've got a shortfall of $14,107.50. That's where I think we take that additional, we go back into this 33,000 right here, and we reallocate 14,107 back to the special assessment balance, and it's just a book transfer basically that will bring us whole here. Does that make sense to everybody? So that will reduce our balance in our reserve account to about $19,000.
And we're gonna have $19,000 in reserves total.
Yeah, but not really, because I'm proposing we take that 19,000 and we further offset that 63,000 that I had. Does that make sense? You remember it's 63, and then if we do the vote to do the 15, we reduce it by 15, and then we take the 19 and we reduce it further, and it comes out to what I had shown.
So we're not gonna have any money anywhere.
29,000.
Correct.
So we're not gonna have any money anywhere.
No. But
So what happens if something breaks?
then we're screwed.
God, it feels so much better. I only own 3 apartments. Oh, but hope they don't file bankruptcy.
We've got,
It's their homestead problem.
let me go further. Let me go back. Okay, we're here. Does everybody understand now how I got to 29?
Yes.
Okay, all right, we're moving on. Utilities. All right, utilities, this is pretty much a no-brainer. It's so much a month. Let's see, what was utilities? 16, that is running $14.82 a month. So there's your back. That's what we need to budget, pretty consistent. Electricity, I believe, is going to go down. It's down this month, but remember, it's been cool. So I kind of took a little more conservative approach, because last year it was out of sight because of the air conditioning.
Those things ran constant.
Yeah, it is never, and they never shut off. So now I think we're going to be in a better place. I think 54 is a good number based on the bills that I've seen already, and I took a $4,500 a month average. Telephone, it's gone up because now we have a DSL line in the office. I think Todd said that should run around $400 a month. So,
How much a month?
400
a month?
The whole phone bill.
with the
Oh.
phone and the,
And the DSL.
Whole
yeah.
phone bill.
So how much is the DSL costing you? Because the normal phone bill was only like 200 a month.